Student, today we're talking about the biomedical waste management from your pollution biology chapter number 11. Basically, in last lecture we're talking about the classifications of biomedical waste. In this lecture we're talking about the sources of biomedical waste and its management. So basically there are mostly three biomedical waste sources. First of all, that is hospitals, healthcare centers, blood banks, and biotechnological institute. So these are the sources, or these are the medium where the biomedical waste is generated. First of all, that is hospitals and healthcare centers. So basically we know that in hospitals and healthcare center there are many types of biomedical waste is generated. They may be having the best chemical medication solution, infectious microbes, chemicals such as a formaldehyde, waste, anesthesia gas, etc. Or they may use as a disposable, busted equipment and chemotherapeutic agent, also the laser smoke and aerosolized medication. So these hospitals containing the many types of biomedical waste, they may be infectious waste, pharmaceutical waste, radioactive waste. So these waste are generated in hospitals and healthcare center, which is harmful for the living organism. So due to the improper management or improper handling or segregation, these waste can be cause the harmful effect on the living organism. So another one, that is industries, education institute and research centers, because there are many types of biomedical uh, institutes or industries which produce such type of biomedical waste which is harmful for the living organism, because they generate the biomedical waste in substantial quantities, because they containing the some experimental animals, some infectious bacterial cultures, pharmaceutical industries containing the expired date solutions. So these all types of biomedical waste are generated in these industries, educational institute and research centers. So this type of waste generated from animal house is typically animal tissue, organs, body parts, carcass, body fluid, blood, etc. of experimental animals. So as we know, for in a research center or in education institute, there are many types of research are mostly treated on the or perform on the experimental animals. So during the performance, they may be generate the biomedical waste from their animal tissue, organs, body parts, carcass, body fluid or blood. So many types of these infectious agent can be formed in these sources. So another one, that is blood bank and clinical laboratories. So blood bank and clinical laboratories also generate the most of the categories of the biomedical waste, because there are many types of sharps, needles are used during the blood in blood bank and laboratories. Also there are many types of body fluids are also generate in these areas. So these are the sources of the biomedical waste where the biomedical waste is generated. So if let's talk about the effect of biomedical waste. So as we know that there are many types of, due to the improper management of biomedical waste, it can cause serious environmental problems in terms of air, water and land pollution. So due to the improper management or handling of this biomedical waste in an improper way can cause the serious effect on environment. They may be air pollution, they may be water pollution, or they may be land pollution. First of all, let's talk about the air pollution. So air pollution can be caused the indoor and outdoor environmental imbalance. So biomedical waste can generate an air pollution in a three ways, that is biological, because we know that in medical field there are many types of bacterial culture or viral culture are produced, and these may be generate the infectious product in the air which is coming in contact with the air. So these biological factors such as the bacteria, viruses, fungi, pathogenic agents, they may be harmful for the living organism in that surrounding environment. Another one, that is chemicals. So there are many types of chemicals, maybe solid, liquid, gaseous are used in biomedical field. So in during this use of these chemicals can be cause the serious effect on the air quality. So this chemical waste is also harmful for the air quality. Another one, radioactive. So in last lecture we also talking about the radioactive substances. They may be x-rays, gamma rays, alpha rays, beta rays. So these radioactive waves are present in the air which can be harmful for the environmental disturbance. So these radioactive waves can be penetrate or can be present long time in the air. So this radioactive can cause a serious effect on the air quality. Another one, that is indoor air pollution. Indoor means the inside of the hospitals. So the hospitals acquire the infection. As we know, there are many types of bacterial culture, viral culture are present in hospitals during the diagnosis of disease. Maybe the saliva of patient and other body fluids of patients are coming in contact with the air pollution. There may be the nosocomial infections. So these hospitals acquired the infections in the indoor air pollution. So indoor pollution can be caused due to the poor ventilation, paint, carpets, furnitures, equipment used in the rooms. So basically all these chemicals which is present in the indoor of the hospitals can cause a serious effect on the air quality inside the hospitals. Another one, that is use of chemicals. So there are many chemicals are used in the inside the hospitals. They may be disinfectants, fumigants, and for the treatment of the patient. So these chemicals can be cause a serious effect on the air quality of air pollution. Due to these chemicals which are used indoor in the hospitals can cause the harmful side effects on the air quality inside the hospitals. Another term, that is land pollution. So this biomedical waste also having the harmful effect on the quality of the soil which were dumping on the open land area. So open dumping of biomedical waste is greatest cause of the land pollution because of the biomedical waste containing the infectious waste, discarded medicines, chemicals which is harmful for the soil quality because it can change the pH of the soil, hardness, alkalinity, and other physicochemical properties of the soil. Due to that, this leads to the soil pollution. Also, we know that biomedical waste containing the heavy metals such as cadmium, lead, mercury, which is present in the waste. So these heavy metals can be absorbed by the plants and it can enter into the food chain. So many hospital gauges such as a blood pressure meter or thermometer and batteries containing these heavy metals are there also dumped on the by opening dumping area of the biomedical waste. So these heavy metals can be enter in the food chain through the absorbance because plant absorb the nutrients from the soil and these heavy metals get absorbed by the plants, then these plants can be used as food by the herbivores and then it enter into the food chain of the living organism, such that these heavy metals can accumulate in the organism's body and indirectly cause the side effect on the human being. So let's see the methods of disposal of this biomedical waste and their segregation. So we segregate the biomedical waste according to their types and we have to treat them as per their waste category. First of all, first category which containing the human anatomical waste. This human anatomical waste containing the human tissue, organ, body parts. So this human anatomical waste can be treated by the incineration. Incineration means the combustion of this human anatomical waste which can convert into the gases or ash form, or maybe it can dispose as a deep burial. Another term, that is another category number second, that is which containing the animal waste. So animal waste containing the animal tissue, organs, body parts, carcasses, bleeding parts, fluid, blood, experimental animal which is used in research, waste generated by the veterinary hospitals, college, discharge from the hospitals. So this animal waste can be dumped on the land area or can cause the side effect on the air, water, and land area. So this also important for their treatment. So this animal waste can be incinerated, that is combustion, which can convert it into the gases and ash form, or maybe it deep burial. Another category, that is microbial or biotechnological waste. So this waste from the laboratory culture, stocks and specimens of live microorganism, human and animal cell culture which is used in research, and infectious agent from the research and industrial laboratories, waste from the production of the biological toxins and devices used for the transfer of the culture. So this microbiology and biotechnological waste also treated as by the local autoclaving, microwaving and incineration, because microbiology and biotechnology waste containing the many stock cultures or laboratory culture which containing the bacterial culture, viral culture, cell culture. So these cultures can be autoclave or microwaving or incineration, that is combustion, it convert into the gaseous and ash form. Another category, that is category number 4, which containing the waste sharp. So these waste sharp containing needles, syringe, scalpels, blades, glass that may cause the punctures and cuts. So these include both used in this includes both used and unused sharps. So this waste can be treated as by disinfecting by using the chemical treatment, or maybe autoclaving, microwaving and mutilation and shredding technology. Another category, that is category number 5. This category number 5 containing the discarded medicines and cytotoxic drugs. So this containing the waste comprising of the outdated, contaminated and discarded medicines. So basically this category number 5 containing the medicines which are expired by the date. And the treatment for these treatment for the category 5, that is incineration, that is combustion, destruction and drug disposal in the secure landfill. Another category, that is category number 6. So category number 6 containing the solid waste. So soil waste means item which is contaminated with the body fluid containing including the cotton, dressing, soiled plaster, cats, lines, beddings and other material contaminated with the blood. So basically this type of waste can be treated by the incineration, autoclaving and microwaving. Another category, that is category number 7. So category number 7 also containing the solid waste. So solid waste containing the waste generated from the disposal item other than the waste sharp, such as tubing, catheters, intravenous sets, etc. So, but to treat this solid waste may be treated by the disinfecting by the chemical treatment, autoclaving, microwaving, and mutilation and shredding. Another category, that is category number 5, category number 8. So category number 8 containing the liquid waste. So this waste containing the waste generated from the laboratory, washing, cleaning, housekeeping and disinfecting activities. So these waste are treated by the disinfecting by the chemical treatment and discharged into the drain. Another category, that is category number 9. Category number 9 containing the incineration ash. So basically this ash from the incineration of any biomedical waste. So this ash can be disposed in the municipal landfill through the by the combustion of this biomedical waste. Another category, that is category number 8. So category number 10. Category number 10 containing the chemical waste. So this chemical waste used in production of biological chemicals which used in a disinfecting as a insecticide. So this chemical waste can be treated by the chemical treatment and discharged into the drains for the liquids and secure landfill for the solids. So let's see the steps in the management of the biomedical waste. So basically for the management of biomedical waste, first of all we have to survey the waste generated. So we have to study the sources of this waste generated in the different area from the hospital, healthcare center, blood bank and other institutions. So we have to survey the which kind of waste is generated in these sources. Then we have to segregate these hospital waste according to their types. Then we have to collect and categorize of the waste according to their types and their we have to treat them or storage of the waste, so not beyond the 48 hours. So basically this biomedical waste containing the many types of infectious waste, so that storage of this waste is not possible more than the 48 hours. So we have to treat in the before 48 hours because they may cause the infectious disease for the handling person. Another step, that is transportation of waste from the hospitals to the municipal dump yard, and then treatment of the waste. So we have to treat this waste according to their types, maybe by the incineration, deep burial, autoclaving, microwaving or shredding technique. So there are color coding for the segregation of biomedical waste. So biomedical waste segregation depend on the color. So these colors coded for the differentiation or for the segregation purpose of biomedical waste. So yellow color is used for the waste that is human and animal anatomical waste, microbiology waste, soiled cotton, dressing, lining, bedding, etc. So this yellow color containing the yellow container which containing the human and animal anatomical waste, microbiological waste which containing the bacterial culture, viral culture, cell culture, soil cotton which is used during the operation theaters or for the treating of the patients, dressing, lines and beddings, etc. So this for the treatment of this waste we have to use the method that is incineration and deep burial. Another one, that is red color. So red color is used for the tubing, catheters and IV sets. So this red color used as a used to store the waste, that is tubing, catheters and IV sets. So for the treatment of this type of waste, we have to use the method that is autoclaving, microwaving and chemical treatment. Blue and white. So blue and white color uh, used to code the segregation of biomedical waste for the waste of sharp. So these sharps containing the needles, syringe, scalpels, blades, etc. So this waste can be treated by the methods such as the autoclaving, microwaving, chemical treatment and destruction and shredding. And last one, that is black color. So black color also used for the segregation of biomedical waste. So this black color container containing the discarded medicines, cytotoxic drugs, incineration ash and chemical waste. So this type of waste treated by the method such as a disposal in the secure landfill. So these are the color coded containers. So according to their color we have to segregate the biomedical waste and then treat them as a proper management. So that is for today. Thank you.